On the news tonight, Ondo acting governor harps on good governance for sustainable development. Southwest APC seeks release of abducted EKIT chairman. Police Service Commission dismisses 3 senior officers over abuse of office. And from the foreign scene, United Nations warns Sudan on brink of civil war. A very good evening and thanks for joining us on the news tonight. I am Jane Aino. Ondo State Acting Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa has tasked political leaders on good governance, effective leadership and accountability. Mr. Ayedatiwa, who gave the charge in Ibadan, Oyo State, while addressing eminent personalities at the yearly lecture series in honor of late Supreme Court Justice and one-time chairman nominee of Independent Corrupt Practices Commission (ICPC), Justice Pius Olaiwola Aderemi. The acting governor said good governance entails prioritizing the interest of the people in every decision-making process, while leadership entails the ability to mobilize the followership in the political and government cycle for effective action. Mr. Ayedatiwa, who noted that good governance, leadership and accountability are the hallmarks of Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, said his administration was conscious of the expectations of the people, hence the drive to do what is right by them. Ondo State government has concluded the 2023 annual promotion interviews for qualified teachers in public primary schools in the 18 local government areas. The chairman of the State Universal Basic Education Board, Victor Olabinton, who disclosed this at the end of the exercise, said the state was divided into 5 zones to guarantee a smooth, hitch-free exercise. Olabinton, who described the exercise as commendable, equally thanked Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu for his commitment to the welfare of civil servants. He added that the Akeredolu administration is ever committed to honoring its social contract and electioneering promises to the people of Ondo State. Away from Ondo State, the Southwest Chapter of the All Progressives Congress, APC, has urged security agencies to secure the release of kidnapped EKIT chairman Paul Omotosho. The National Vice Chairman, Southwest of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Isaac Kekemeke, described the abduction of the party chairman as shocking. The APC chairman was kidnapped yesterday evening along Agbado Imesi Ekiti Road in Bonye local government area of Ekiti State. Kekemeke, in a statement, called on security agencies to immediately redouble their efforts to secure the release of Omotosho on hot and prayed for the APC chairman's safe return to enable him continue to provide good leadership in Ekiti State. The Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has ordered the disclosure of the spending details of about $5 billion Abacha loot by the government of former President Olusegun Obasanjo, Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, Goodluck Jonathan and Muhammadu Buhari. The court ordered the government of President Bola Tinubu to disclose the exact amount of money stolen by General Sani Abacha from Nigeria and the total amount of Abacha loot recovered and all agreements signed on same by the governments of former Presidents Obasanjo, Yar'Adua, Jonathan and Buhari. The judgment delivered by Justice James Kolawole Omotosho following a Freedom of Information suit brought by the Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SERAP, held that in the final analysis, the application by SERAP is meritorious and the federal government, through the Ministry of Finance, is hereby ordered to furnish SUAREZ with the full spending details of about $5 billion Abacha loot within 7 days of the judgment. Justice Omotosho ordered the government to disclose details of the projects executed with the Abacha loot, locations of any such projects, and the names of companies and contractors that carried or carrying out the project since the return of democracy in 1999 till date. Justice Omotosho also ordered the government to disclose details of specific roles played by the World Bank and other partners in the execution of any projects funded with Abacha loot under the governments of former presidents Obasanjo, Yar'Adua, Jonathan, and Buhari. Justice Omotosho dismissed all the objections raised by the federal government and upheld SUAREZ's argument. Away from that, the Police Service Commission (PSC) has dismissed 7 police officers over the misconduct and abuse of office. PSC spokesperson EKIT said the decision was taken at the 21st plenary of the commission, which was presided over by Justice Clara Ogumbiyi on behalf of the PSC chairman Solomon Arase. Ani said 9 other officers were reduced in rank, including a commissioner of police, and approved the punishment of severe reprimand of 16 officers and reprimand for another 18, while also recommending letters of warning to be given to 2 other officers. During the meeting, the PSC also approved the compulsory retirement of an assistant commissioner and directed a refund of all entitlements wrongly paid to him. The commission is expected to reconvene on Tuesday, July 11, for its 21st plenary meeting. In the meantime, the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission (ICPC) has refuted claims that it has files implicating President Tinubu on his close aides at its office across the country. A report had emerged that the Department of State Services (DSS) is removing all incriminating files from the Code of Conduct Bureau (CCB) and ICPC relating to Tinubu and his close aides and associates. In a statement, ICPC spokesperson Azuka Ogugwa described the report as fake, saying the commission was deeply disturbed by irresponsible practice and non-adherence to the tenets of the journalism profession by some media outfits. The anti-graft agency also urged media organizations not to allow the use of their medium to propagate lies and unfounded reports by subversive agents, as the Commission's channels of communications remained open for clarification and confirmation. And now to Anambra. Anambra State Governor Chukwuma Soludo has directed that Mesoma Ejikeme, the female pupil who falsified her Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination (UTME), be handed over to the State Guidance Counselor and Professor of Clinical Psychology. Soludo, in a statement to principal of Anglican Girls Secondary Schools, Unewi, where Mesoma is a student, further directed immediate commencement of psychological counseling and therapy session for Mesoma, who on Thursday admitted to manipulating the fake results she had been parading. In the letter by the Commissioner for Education, the governor said the directive followed one of the recommendations of the panel constituted to reinvestigate the matter. No fewer than 4,560 kilograms of skunk have been seized in interdiction operations in Lagos, Adamawa, and Osun by operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA. The NDLEA also raided a Scotches factory in Ogun and arrested 4 members of a drug syndicate, including 2 church officials, female staff of a courier company, and another lady involved in trafficking lethal opioid fentanyl in Delta. The NDLEA in a statement said the bust of the fentanyl cartel operating from Warri, Delta State is coming barely a month after 2 members of another syndicate were arrested in Anambra State following months of intelligence-led investigation of the syndicates behind the dangerous drug. In Lagos, NDLEA operatives also arrested a suspect, Segun Odeyemi, conveying 89 jumbo bags of skunk with a total weight of 3,842 kilograms in his truck around Eleganza area of Aja, Lekki. A former president of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, Dipo Fashino, has been declared missing. The development was confirmed by the incumbent president of ASU, Emmanuel Osodeke. Osodeke said the former ASU president has been missing since July 1. According to him, Mr. Fashino, 76, was traveling to Algeria, reportedly at the invitation of the Algerian government, when he was said to have missed his connecting flight from Istanbul, Turkey. The chairman of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, NIDCOM, Abike Dabria Erewa, who confirmed the incident, said NIDCOM was aware and working on it. You're watching the news at 7. We'll take a quick break. When we return, we'll serve you more stories. Please stay with us.
Win an all-expense-paid trip to Disneyland in the Indomie Golden Magnet promo. To participate, just buy the Indomie 70-gram pack and look for the magnet inside. Log into www.indomie.ng/Golden Magnet promo to fill in your details and enter your unique magnet code. All the Golden Magnet winners will get to experience the wonders of Disneyland. Silver Magnet winners stand a chance to win amazing prizes. Every pack of Indomie you buy comes with your favorite indomitable magnet. Terms and conditions apply. Indomie, tasty nutrition, good for you.
You're welcome back from that break. You can join us live on our website www.osrc.ng or follow us on Facebook at OSRC TV. And on YouTube, you can subscribe to our channel, OSRC TV Ondo. And now to the rest of the bulletin. The wife of Ondo State Governor, Mrs. Betty Ayaun Akeredolu, has suspended all activities to mark her 70th birthday. In a message on her Facebook page, the wife of the governor hinged the development on circumstances beyond her control. Mrs. Ayaun Akeredolu apologized for any inconvenience the decision might have caused, but assured friends and associates of better days ahead. The 70th birthday of Mrs. Betty Ayaun Akeredolu would have taken place on the 20th July 2023. Men in the Catholic Diocese of Ondo have been charged not to neglect their core responsibilities to their family and to the body of Christ. The charge was given at the grand finale of the 2023 Father's Day of the Catholic Men Organization, CMO, of the diocese. Joy Pius reports that the top management staff of Ondo State Media Group, Sir Steve Alabi, was an award recipient of the CMO for his commitment to the growth of the church, among many other outstanding awardees.
The Catholic Men Organization, CMO, of the Ondo Diocese converged on the Sacred Heart Cathedral, Akure, for a Holy Mass to celebrate the Diocese's 2023 Father's Day, after holding the celebration in their various parishes. The officiating priest, Reverend Father Joseph Ojo, stressed the role of men in the family and society and charged them not to neglect their duties to their family and to the church.
As people programs today as fathers and as members of the church, let us remember our duties towards the church and towards our family. That is why we are called CMO.
At a grand reception held immediately after the Mass, the President, Catholic Men Organization of the Ondo Catholic Diocese, Mr. Ogidengbe Omotoye, congratulated the fathers for the success of this year's celebration, urging unity of purpose to accomplish their responsibilities.
I want to strongly appeal to all our parishes and general secretaries to allow synergy and unity of purpose in the diocese CMO. Parishes standing aloof to the deanery and to the diocese for 10 great danger for the organization.
Speaking on the theme of the event, redirecting the CMO in Ondo Diocese through the life of St. Joseph, Very Reverend Father Anthony Adebusui said the men must be true custodians of their homes by exhibiting godly characters.
So like St. Joseph, are you providing for your family the basic things of life? Food, clothing and shelter. Are you the best teacher of your children? And what are you teaching them?
Highlights of the celebration were presentation of awards and recognition of deserving members of the church, including the senior management staff of Ondo State Media Group, Sir Steve Alabi, who was this year's recipient of the Committed Father to the Growth of the Church Award.
It's a kind of fulfillment because the little that we are able to do in the church is recognized by the CMO. This will spur one to do a little bit more in the church.
It's a great thing that when you serve God, you'll be rewarded too. And it encourages us to do more in the service of God, especially supporting Catholicism in Ondo Diocese.
In Christendom, anything about Christianity, the reward of hard work is more work. So anywhere you find yourself, once you are recognized, you have to do more. I pray that I'll be able to do more.
As the men look forward to another Father's Day celebration, the key takeaway is that their roles, both in the family and the church, has an important impact on the overall well-being of society. Joy Pius, OSRC News.
And on the foreign scene, the United Nations has warned that conflict-torn Sudan is on the brink of a full-scale civil war that could destabilize the entire region. The United Nations issued the warning after an aircraft on a residential area killed around 24 civilians. After nearly 3 months of war between Sudan's rival generals, the airstrike is the latest incident to provoke outrage. Around 3,000 people have been killed in the conflict, and survivors have reported a wave of sexual violence, and witnesses have spoken of ethnically targeted killings. There has been widespread looting, and the UN warned of possible crimes against humanity in the Darfur region. The Earth's average temperature set a new record high on Thursday, the third time that it has happened in a week. Climate scientists say this week could have been the hottest in 120,000 years. People of Agadez, Niger, are among those experiencing exceptionally hot temperatures.
We don't comprehend this heat. It hurts people and animals. Sometimes we bring cows to sell them at the market, and because of the heat, the livestock can't stand up. They get sick from the heat.
The heat is very high. I implore God to protect us. This year's heat has made us suffer. There are many power cuts. The heat this year is terrible.
In
the Agadez area, which is a desert zone, the temperature rise is exceptional, often reaching 45 degrees. This is unbearable for biodiversity in general, like the plants and animals.
The U.S. Treasury Secretary has ended her 4-day visit to China, saying discussions were direct and productive despite significant disagreements. Janet Yellen said the U.S. has serious concerns about what she called China's unfair economic practices, while China's state media reported concerns about U.S. economic sanctions.
President Biden and I do not see the relationship between the U.S. and China through the frame of great power conflict. We believe that the world is big enough for both of our countries to thrive.
We hope the U.S. side will take a rational and pragmatic attitude, meet China halfway, and work together.
They are premised on straightforward national security considerations. They're not undertaken to gain economic advantage over China.
And now on sports. Rivers United have parted ways with 10 players ahead of 2023-2024 Nigeria Premier League season. For the pride of Rivers Club, last campaign was tagged an unimpressive one after they failed to defend the NPL title and lost out on a Champions League place. Despite recruiting and spending big, Rivers United finished third. Headlining the departure is Bolaji Shakin, who arrived from Guinean club Horoya FC Ihunda, Chigozie Madu, Chiamaka, Fabian Umori, and Darlington Ovunda. The remaining players on the list are Malachi Ohawome, Akpesiri Naibe, Francis Ifeanyi, Ikechukwu Ago, and Chukwudi Lawrence. Still on sports, former Barcelona and Inter Milan midfielder Luis Suarez, the only Spanish-born men's footballer to have won the Ballon d'Or, has died at the age of 88. Suarez, who joined Barca in 1955, won the Ballon d'Or, soccer's most prestigious individual trophy, after claiming a league and cup double with the Catalan side in 1959. He also won 32 caps for Spain and was part of the squad which won the European Championship in 1964. Affectionately known as Luisito, he is considered by everyone to be one of the best players in the history of Spanish football, as well as being a key part of Barca in the second half of the 1950s. And now to rewind the news at 7, a quick look at the major stories. We told you the acting governor of Ondo State, Lucky Ayedatiwa, has tasked political office holders on good governance, sterling leadership and accountability. Mr. Ayedatiwa gave the charge at the lecture series in honor of late Supreme Court Justice Pius Olaiwola Aderemi in Ibadan, Oyo State capital. We mentioned also the All Progressives Congress Southwest chapter has called on security agencies to ensure the release of kidnapped EKIT chairman Paul Omotosho. 3 senior police officers, among other personnel, have come under the hammer of the Police Service Commission over professional misconduct and abuse of office. PSC spokesperson Ikechukwu Ani, in a statement, said 9 other officers were reduced in rank. And from the foreign scene, the United Nations has warned that conflict-ridden Sudan is on the brink of a full-scale civil war that could destabilize the region. And that's it on the news at 7. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good evening.